ain't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Eevee and make it look easy.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's Blerd without fear. Welcome back to the channel. All right, today's video, we're going to be talking about Dead X-Men number 3, written by Steve Fox, with art by Lin Yoshi, Bernard Chang, Javier Pena, and David Baldian, with color by Frank Martin. This issue, while I expected a lot of jumping around timeline-wise, this one does it in a way that makes some sense. At least on the Dead X-Men side of things. Moira a little less so, but I'm sure we'll find out why she was doing what she was doing in the order that she was doing it, probably in the next issue, or maybe even the last. A lot of this issue is spent hemming and hawing about what the play should be. A lot of the stuff I've already been speculating the last couple of issues is basically everything that comes up here, so I'm not going to rehash it here, but I will say if you want to learn more about some of my more recent takes on Dead X-Men, you could check out this video right up here for Dead X-Men number 2. A lot of what comes up here is everything pretty much that I'm saying in those videos. At the end of the day, the discussion of why and how they should tackle Moira, how ultimately they need to quit bullshitting and get to Moira's first life, and fast, that's pretty much what comes up. We do learn Xavier is having a sit-down with a young Moira in Rise of the Powers of 10 number 3, an issue that as of this video is not out yet, but will be the next installment in the Fall of the House of X and Rise of the Powers of 10 story arc that comes out at the end of March. But getting back to it, I was right. They need to go to the beginning. And while they attempt this, we do get to see more of Moira's past lives, like Moira's 9th life, where she sided with Apocalypse and became his wife. Not a good time for anyone. Seeing Apocalypse unleash his host of archangels was pretty damn cool, and immediately forced to retreat by the Dead X-Men. But this is the life that helps them realize the lives of Moira McTaggart they keep visiting are all either shortly before or not long before she ultimately dies and resets the timeline. Meanwhile, the dead timeline Moira is bouncing around all over the place, no rhyme or reason. She jumps into her 3rd life, then her 2nd life, and then her 10th, and just a jumble of other things. It makes you wonder if she's making any changes along the way. Is she doing anything that could potentially upset the plans of the Dead X-Men while they don't really know where she is or what she's actually doing? But the Dead X-Men won't see her again until they reach Moira's 5th life, when she teamed up with Xavier and founded Far Away, a Krakoa before Krakoa, the one that didn't involve the actual mutant island Krakoa at all. But before we talk about that, let's give a shout out to today's sponsor, HeroClix. HeroClix is a game by WizKids that has been delivering amazing, and I would dare say epic, superhero battles in a tabletop gaming experience for over 20 years. HeroClix is awesome because it doesn't limit you to just one thing. You can have battles not just between your favorite Marvel characters or your favorite DC characters. You can have battles even between your favorite Marvel and DC characters at the same time. Right now, HeroClix is rolling out their 2024 starter kits, and I was able to get my hands on both a Marvel and a DC version of both of these, and I'm going to tell you right now, they're pretty amazing. These sets bring to life some really cool dynamic minis for characters like Black Panther, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Captain Marvel on the Marvel side of things. And on the DC comic side, you can see characters like Batman, Harley Quinn, Wonder Woman, and Superman. You can go to the WizKids HeroClix website, use the promo code BLERD10, and you'll be able to get 10% off your entire purchase, with some exceptions. But anyway, with all that said, let's get back to the video. This was the one I was hoping for because we see so little of it in House of X number 2, and it's never really talked about or mentioned since then. And seeing a world where Cyclops and Psylocke got married, albeit the actual Betsy Braddock version of Psylocke, not the version we had in the 90s with a white woman trapped in a Japanese woman's body. This also seems to be a world where Dazzler didn't exist, or at least wasn't associated with the X-Men in so much a way that Banshee would think it wise to use his sonic scream on a woman who can turn sound into blast of light. One surprising element, though, of this is Sway, a character who, in main continuity, died on Krakoa during Deadly Genesis when Xavier sent both Sway, Vulcan, Darwin, and Petra to find the original recipe X-Men on Krakoa. It's difficult to say what comes next for the dead X-Men facing off with the dead timeline Moira, and with Mother Righteous plotting her schemes inside of No Place X, it's safe to say when we get back to the rise of the powers of 10, she's gonna try to trick Ascani into making a very, very dumb decision. One I feel that while it will definitely be a dumb decision, it'll be one Ascani will have no choice but to make, considering that Rasputin 4 is shooting the fair one with a whole army of hunter-killer sentinels, effectively giant spider sentinels, and Xavier is off trying to convince a soon-to-be 13-year-old Moira not to go full-on villain mode. The reason why I'm very excited to see how Xavier's conversation with Moira lines up in Rise of the Powers of 10 #3 later this month is because this is an Xavier who's not going back to Moira's first life like the dead X-Men are trying to do. He's gone to Moira's 10th life, and in that life, she's already worked on separate levels with Xavier, Magneto, and Apocalypse. Not only that, she's tried going it 100% alone as a Black Ops assassin, and she has had at least one life go all the way to 1,000 years where she learns about the incoming Phalanx invasion. This is a Moira who has been through all this, and on top of all that has been burned alive by Destiny and Mystique. So yeah, this isn't going to be a very easy task for Xavier to talk Moira out of this. But I'm hoping we get more of Prodigy and the McCran Crystal explained a little bit more in the next couple of issues, because since he merged with a shard of it, we've not really seen it addressed much more than simply mentioning it in passing. Here's hoping we see more of it come into play and maybe see Prodigy use the power of this reality and time-traveling crystal to help the dead X-Men defeat Moira once and for all. Because after all, the McCran Crystal is known as the nexus of all realities, and it's time Prodigy make good use of it. You guessed it, obligatory channel outro time. If you're not subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. Clicking that subscribe button and tapping that notification bell ensures that you get more videos just like this one, and you don't miss any of my other content that I drop throughout the week, plus my live streams every Thursday and Saturday. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you click that like button, keep it plus ultra, and sound off in the comments.